Hello, hello, good people. Here I am again out here in the garden. Gonna do a little pruning and show you guys some progress. Oh, I did want to give y'all an update on that squash. So it turned out it was not a rat eating the squash. It was zucchini, but it's what was called a squash borer worm. So it looks like a white grub. It bores into the base of your squash or your zucchini or any type of vegetable in that family, and it bores into the base of it, and then it eats your plant from the inside out. So I discovered that by taking a closer look at the squash, and it didn't really look like it had been gnawed on. So I cut one of the vines or branches off and just dug in there, and that's how I found the worm. And so I took a picture of it and I looked it up on the internet, and that's what I found. So it's a squash. I'm looking at birds fighting. It's a squash borer worm, and there are ways to try to prevent it. You can use diatomaceous earth, putting that around. That is around the base of the plant. That is a very organic way to do it. Or if they're really bad, you can use Seven Dust, which is a pesticide. So you have to make sure that if you decide to use that, you wash and clean your veggies really, really good before eating them. I always recommend people like wash them in white vinegar and water to get those done. So let me turn the camera around so you guys can see again. So I'm going to start over this section kind of closest to the garage. These are my jalapeno, which I showed you. I don't believe they had peppers on them last time, or it had peppers on it. So I have two. I was like, I know I got two peppers on here. I got two peppers on my jalapeno plant, and wherever there's flowers, that's usually where your veggies and fruit grow into. That's that. This is my potato plant. I like to do potatoes in a bag because it's easier to harvest them. So you know when to harvest your potatoes when the vine starts to actually die off. And then I just dump this whole thing on a tarp and I dig through the dirt for um, my potatoes. Those are my Scotch bonnets. They are ripening very well, so I'm going to take some of those off. Again, here's the Tabasco. Those are some that are ready at the top. Those are my two little avocado trees I grew from the seed. This is called a pink lemonade tree, as I told you guys before. Um, I grew it from a little bitty, like plantling. I don't know what you call it, but it's growing up into a tree. That's my blackberry vine, so that is looking much better. My snake plant, all my aloe. Here go my little babies. I am gifting to my friend Arlene, and she's going to give me some of her herbs and plants, so that's going to be pretty cool. Of course, the basil. So one thing I wanted to show you guys about basil is that when you start seeing it grow and you see these little tips growing like that, it means it's going to turn into a flower. So it's going to turn into this. Now, unless you want your basil to go to seed, you need to cut the tips of those off. So I come out here every few days and I just snip the top of it off like that. Now, if it's mostly flour, sometimes I'll just compost it. But like these pieces here, I'm going to dry those out. So you just come in and you clip the top. So I'll go through all of this basil here and snip the tops, because if you let that turn into a flower, it will go to seed. It gets like the leaf, I don't know, it just kind of gets very long and like a root instead of bushed out like this. And then the leaves will get bitter. So if you don't want your basil to go to root, or go to flower, seed is the word I'm looking for. You don't want the basil to go to seed. You just clip off the top portion. I got chickens harassing other chickens. So that's Miss Spicy in there. Show y'all these chickens. That's Spicy. That over here, there's Prada looking at a chicken. Go away. Thank you. Go away, Prada. No, ma'am. Bye. This is Betty trying to dig in the compost bin. Leave her alone. Go away, Prada. That's Sugar. She's running from somebody. Prada, go away. Oh, these damn animals. Oh my gosh. So that the gray one is Pearl. Thelma is the yellow one. She's like my most skittish. She pretty much won't let me pick her up, but all the rest of them will. And I got Miss Henny Penny around here somewhere. Oh, she's also back over there. So there's 6 of these guys and all 6 hens. Prada, if you don't leave my chicken alone, go home. Thank you. Go home. She's after Betty. Okay, so another thing, guys, so that's some more basil that I have taken the top off to keep it from going to seed. I've already harvested 4 eggplants from these plants. We actually had some eggplant last night, which was delicious, and so I have 3 more new ones growing here. Here's some flowers on this one, so we should see some fruit on it pretty soon. Marigolds. Marigolds are a great companion plant or a flower to plant in your garden because bugs don't like marigolds. We should be getting some cherry tomatoes on her very soon. Marigolds. Again, that's my rosemary. I am going to also propagate some of the rosemary for my friend Arlene. There's a little stunted okra, but I mean, it's still alive. So another little small eggplant. This was a tomato stem I propagated, I think, off of this plant. This one gives big tomatoes, so I want more of her. And if you look at the base of this tomato plant, usually you start off with one stem and then another one will grow. You can cut these off. Like I'm going to cut this one off here, and I can either put it in a planter or I can stick it in the ground. They seem to do better when I propagate them to the planter versus in the ground. Like these two, I put in the ground. So, you know, planting is a trial and error, as I say, the gardening. Put this into the ground. When you first put them into the ground or into a pot, they will kind of look like they're dying off and then they'll come back. But I don't think these are coming back. I think just the rain was too much, you see. So it's trial and error. This was another tomato one I tried. Didn't take, but this one did. So you can see that this one, they were all propagated at the same time. The stems are very healthy and green, and I got some new leaves coming on that. So that one's gonna take. This is my mini sweet bell peppers, and they are ripening. I'll probably take these off and let them finish ripening in the house, or you can eat them just like this. I mean, this is green. If you keep them on the vine or let them continue to ripen, they will turn orange and then yellow. So that's the only difference with bell peppers you see in the grocery store. They are, I don't have any new tomatoes growing on here. They're just, if they're green, that means they're green. They're taken off the stem green. They are yellow or orange. They were left on to ripen more. So why they charge so much more for the orange and red bell peppers versus the green ones, I don't know. They are the exact same pepper. They're just picked at different stages of ripening. Here are my, these are my okra. And they are doing great. They're doing great. I got, yeah, these are my okra back here in the back. And look at the little babies in there. I got some veggies growing out of there, some baby okra. Cannot wait to harvest those because I absolutely love okra. I like them fried, boiled, of course, in gumbo, okra, tomato, and sausage. So Cannot wait for those to finish. My bell pepper plant. Also going to show y'all this one. This is the bell pepper plant. You can see, come on and focus. Yep, some little peppers trying to grow in there. So those will be nice. This is the other bell pepper. And it's doing this thing. And then I have another, that one in the corner is another cherry tomato plant. And it has quite a few flowers also. So I should be getting some tomatoes off of it. And then another little tomato, little branch. I can't remember the name. Every time I get on the video, I can't remember the name of stuff, but it's growing out. The other name I could not remember the other day was agave. That is what tequila is made from. So I have a couple little agaves I'll show you. That is an agave plant. And so I have some other ones. This was originally for the agave, but these basil took over, and I'm actually going to separate those because the basil will kill that agave. And then I planted some more agave over in the yard. So that's just a quick update on my garden. I think I am going to plant some more squash. I'm not going to do them from seed. I'm going to do them from plants. So I need to go get some more and try my hand at those again and see if I can keep the worms from getting to it, since I've educated myself a little bit about them. So we're going to see. But again, as I say, they are trial and error. So until next time, thanks everybody for watching my video. Comment, like, share, and let me know if you have any suggestions or questions. Thanks. Bye.